I'm gonna be reacting to Zack films, and yeah, all credit is to Zack films.
Is shoved in. He opened the door to his house only to find strangers living inside. He called the police and the couple.
What? How did he find strangers living in his house? That makes no sense.
Claimed they had mortgage papers, but even though the mortgage company didn't exist, there was nothing the police could do because squatters can't be evicted under state law. So instead, the owner showed up with his wife, friends, and air mattresses. They stayed the night, partying and making noise to disturb the couple. Finally, the squatters demanded thousands of dollars to move out. He did pay her, and then discovered this is just what they did for a living. He opened the door to it.
That is crazy. They just kept on earning money because of this? That is so crazy.
The marker is shoved into the hole at the bottom of the lock. And instead of a pen tip, a small plug slots into an electric port. A microcomputer inside the pen's casing reads the lock's key code through the port. And once it's received, it can open the lock in less than a second, just like a key card. Now this...
Okay, I want more ones like that, because that is okay.
If you sucked up all the water on Earth and put it into a giant vacuum container before squishing it into one water droplet, how big would that droplet be? Well, water covers 70% of Earth's surface, but even though it looks like a lot, it's actually spread pretty thin. So if you stood next to it, it would stretch upwards for hundreds of miles, reaching all the way past the International Space Station. But from space, it'll just look like a small blob on Earth's surface. If you sucked up, he took the pieces of bone and stained them darker and filed down ape teeth to make them look worn. You see, some say the man wanted to become a famous scientist, so he buried the pieces next to some animal bones. And when he dug them back up, he claimed he had found the missing link between humans and apes.
Yeah, right. No way you can just do that and then say, oh, I found, I could be like, oh, here, I just found this now, where's my $100 million?
He was praised for his work, but decades later, scientists discovered the skull pieces were from a modern human, while the jaw was taken from an orangutan, and they realized that it was nothing more than just a hoax.
Exactly.
The girl stepped on something solid while playing in the shallow water.
And then an alligator just comes up and snaps her.
At first, it seemed like a stick, but when she pulled it out, she realized it was actually a sword. Now, it looked...
Hey, kid, what are you gonna do with that?
Like it was rusted and chipped, but when she showed her dad, he realized it could be valuable. So they took it to a museum, and experts told the girl her sword was over 1,000 years old. And what looked like rust was actually an ancient leather sheath.
No way it was.
It had belonged to a warrior and dated back before the Vikings, somehow ending up in the lake until the girl found it.
Okay.
Strap the device right behind
Ayo.
the dog's tail. And once the dog starts walking, a loop keeps it lined up. So when the dog poops, it drops straight down into a bag mounted inside
That is weird as heck.
the catcher. Then remove the catcher's magnetic base, making it easy to swap the bag without touching anything. So when the dog's done, just pull the bag off and throw it away. Strap the device.
I don't like that.
Almighty.
He snorted the paint up his nose, held his breath,
I already know that this is gonna be so bad.
and
The title says the artist who painted. Yeah, this is not going to be
Blew
good.
air upward. This pushed the paint up through small tubes that connects the nose and the eyes until it reached his tear ducts. Then the paint came out of his eyes and dripped straight onto the canvas below. You see, as a child, he learned air and liquid could pass from his nose to his eye. And years later, he turned that trick into art. Eventually, he became a world-famous painter, selling each painting for thousands. But this can cause serious damage to your eyes, so you probably shouldn't try it. He snorted. They dumped the bodies in a valley because there were
What?
too many, and a young leopard began eating them. Now, eventually, the sickness went away, and the bodies stopped coming. But since the leopard had already tasted human flesh, it wanted more. It began to hunt people. Villagers shut themselves inside, but it clawed through the doors, killing people while leaving
How thin is that door, though?
most other prey alone. Over the next 8 years, it ate over 100 people before it was finally killed. They dumped the bodies in a
Why is that kind of sad, though?
valley. All humans. They sliced off part of the ladybug's
watched
shell
this before.
and glued on a clear plastic replacement. You see, when a ladybug flies, it lifts up the outer shells and snaps out tiny wings from underneath, giving them a quick way to escape predators. And when they land again, the wings get folded up. But the process is too fast for the human eye to see. So scientists made part of its shell transparent and set up a slow motion camera.
How much money did you pay right there just to see a ladybug close its wings?
And for the first time ever, they saw the wings follow secret crease lines as the abdomen pulled them in, folding them back inside the shell in less than a second.
I don't know about that.
As she dropped coins into the cup, she didn't notice her engagement ring falling in. And when he saw it, he couldn't believe his eyes. Now, a jeweler offered him $4,000. And for him, this could mean a fresh start. But it also meant betraying the one person who showed him kindness. So he held on to it, waiting at the same spot they had met. And when she did finally come back, he returned it without asking
That is so nice. W's in the chat for that guy.
for anything. The woman was so moved, she ended up raising almost $200,000 for him, over 50 times what the ring was worth. He was able to buy a house and even reconnect with his long-lost family, all because he chose to do the right thing.
Guys, that is so good. Okay, well that's going to be the end of the video because I'm a very slow editor and I've got to edit my reactions into this video. So, yeah, bye.